So this is the Westminster Arms. It's a great institution. It's not been redecorated since 1911. There's still a division bell in there. And it's a great pub, successful pub. But you'll notice very few people drink inside it. They drink outside it. Why? Because they're allowed to smoke outside. And if the government, I've been coming here for 30 years, regular basis, every week for 30 years. If the government say that I can't have a drink and a smoke outside, I won't come back. And I'm one of hundreds of regular customers of this pub that takes that view. And look, I do understand people in enclosed areas didn't like smoke, but you've got the option now. You can be inside, you can be outside, you can avoid it if you want to. I don't think the government have thought through the consequences of this. Are we really going to be smoke-free by 2030? Well, let me ask another question. Are we going to be drug-free by 2030? So what the government's doing, it's attacking something that's legal because it's given up on attacking the illegal drugs trade. But if you tax tobacco too heavily, which we're doing, you regulate, almost ban people from smoking anywhere, what you do is you drive it into the hands of the criminals. And I really wonder, have the government looked at Australia, the most anti-smoking country in the world, where cigarettes now are sold under the counter, massive criminal gangs are behind it, there's more money in tobacco and cigarettes than there is in cocaine, and there have been 97 firebombings of shops and houses related to tobacco in the last 2 years in Melbourne alone. So that's the danger. That's the danger. You drive this into the hands of the criminals, and it's beginning already. The hand-rolling tobacco market, way over 50% of it, is already sold on the black market.
This all began with the Conservative, didn't it, with the tobacco and vape?
Oh, this is not just the Labour Party. I mean, this is the political class saying, we know what's best for you. You must do what we tell you to do. Yes, I mean, Rishi Sunak's plans were completely mad that in 10 years' time, a 25-year-old could buy a smoke and a 24-year-old couldn't. So, yeah, it's all part of the same thing. It's all about government controlling our lives. Now, look, we don't want our kids to drink too much, to smoke, to take drugs, to be obese. But you do this through education, but you allow adults to make their own decisions.
There's a huge cost to the NHS, there's a huge cost socially. Should the government not be trying to balance that?
Well, the last time I looked at it, tobacco revenues were 4 to 5 times the cost of the NHS annually. So there's no economic argument. In fact, you could argue the smokers are the heroes of the nation in terms of the amount of taxation they pay. And as I say, we have an obesity epidemic going on in this country. Illegal drugs are out of control, millions taking them every week. But the government have given up with that. They can't deal with that, so they go for something that's legal, which they can control, and drive it into the hands of the criminals.
You're a smoker.
Yeah.
Worried about your own health at all when it comes to...
What's it got to do with you?
Well,
What's it got to do with you? I mean, we make our own choices. We make our own choices. We know it's not good for us. We know donuts aren't good for us. We know these things.